Yo, what's going on, guys? Happy New Year's, happy 2025. Hope you all had an amazing 2024. I wanted to take a moment and make a video and talk about 2024, my side of things, my 2024, my journey as a content creator, streaming, doing this thing every day. For those of you who don't know, I set a New Year's resolution back in 2023 going into 2024 that I was going to stream and do content every single day, and I am so happy and proud to be able to say that I was able to do it 365 days out of 365 days, or maybe there's 366 days in this year, I don't really know. Anyways, that's not the point. We did it. We did content every single day of 2024, has 0 days off, 0 days missed, streamed, made videos every single day. I think I may have actually not streamed 1 or 2 days, but I did upload a YouTube video every single day of the year. You can check, there's not a single day where there's a gap. So that's why I'll just say like doing content every single year. So yeah, I wanted to talk about that, my journey, the things I learned, the highs, the lows, the things I was able to accomplish, what I wasn't able to accomplish, and all of that. Now, I want to preface this by saying, if you're looking for a story of like insane success, someone who became like a millionaire, famous, like anything crazy like that, probably in the wrong place. This isn't anything like that. It's more so, or the whole resolution was more so about a goal I set that I wanted to prove to myself that I was able to achieve, and more so about being consistent in one thing. Basically setting a goal, doing that one thing every single day, no matter what, 0 days off. And how I was able to do that, how I got through the hard days, all of that. Now, as you can probably see, really quick, just want to say it in the background, just got some balloons gameplay. This is me playing with some 2-player balloons. I picked up this game at the end of the year around, and a really fun casual game. So yeah, just something in the background for you TikTok attention span and these. Excuse me. Anyways, yeah, let's jump right in. So December 2023, set the resolution, want to do content every day. I thought, okay, how am I going to do this? Because not only do I want to stream every day, but I want to do a YouTube video every day. And I started with a lot of free time, and eventually throughout the year, like I ended up getting a job, getting in a relationship, more real life responsibilities. And there was a time where I was juggling like waking up at 3 a.m. for work, like working out, like spending time with girlfriends, streaming and editing, making YouTube video, like I don't even know, I lost counts, making TikTok short, all like in a single day, every day. Like there's a time where I was able to juggle all of those. But the way it started actually was back in December of 2023. I know I'm jumping around a lot, but in December of 2023, before 2024 actually, to prepare, I wanted to get a feel for streaming every day. So I made a goal actually in December preparation that I was going to stream every day before doing YouTube videos as well, just so I can get used to this consistent streaming every single day. So then, like once I was able to do that, end of December going into January 1st, I was like, okay, I was able to stream every day. That's all cool and done. Now, let's take it up a notch. Instead of just streaming every day, let me try and make a YouTube video every day too. And if you guys are curious about the kind of content that I started with, I basically did like only Valorant. I eventually played some other games, and like basically the first half of the year was Valorant, and then the second half was League of Legends. But yeah, the first half was like basically mostly Valorant. So that's the kind of content I was focusing on. To give you guys an idea, I would do anywhere from like a 4-hour stream to sometimes like 12+ hour stream. And then like I would basically take the best game from that day and turn it into about like 10-15 minute rough YouTube video. Sometimes I would do some other stuff, but yeah, to talk about like what it was like learning all of that, streaming every day wasn't so hard, because it's basically like if you're used to playing games every day, it was pretty much like that. Not really too much special other than like kind of growing your like personality or persona, kind of not really being too fake, but really thawing yourself out more and like growing, or like being able to show that those aspects of your personality more, which isn't like too hard. I will say early on, the YouTube grind every day was a little bit challenging, just because you're not really used to, that fast pace, doing that one thing every single day. I think the first day, like the first few days, like it took me 2, 3, 4 hours to do YouTube video, and on top of that, pick a thumbnail. Now, eventually, I did end up making my own thumbnails. I learned Photoshop. I learned how to do like titles, layering pictures, few effects, nothing crazy, but you know, basic thumbnails, that kind of thing. That was actually February, because basically, my bad. Like I said, I was trying to layer stuff in. So December 2023, streaming every day. January, had a daily video, not really worried about thumbnails, not make my own yet. And then February was when I started layering my own thumbnails. Yeah, making videos every day was kind of hard at first. It took me definitely quite some time to like get it down to like basically 2 hour, hour and a half to only an hour to edit. I would say by the end of the first month, I could make a daily video in an hour and a half, but it definitely took me quite a long time. Even things as simple as trimming, because I wasn't sure, because you know, clipping and all that sounds like super easy, but then you think about like when you start the trimmed clip in that segment, like how much of an introduction to that clip do you want to give? Like, do you jump straight into the action, or do you give them like a lot of kind of an idea of what's going on before, and then how much do you like, how far do you end the clip after you end things? And then the pacing, like how much do people care about the entire game, or do you just show the high action? Do I have an intro segment? Like it's all kind of just you're juggling that and figuring that out. And honestly, I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. It was cool learning all that, and like kind of, because you're like an artist, right? You're kind of developing your own style of things as whether it's a video editor or thumbnail designer. It's like you can kind of have fun with it and do your own thing. And it was fun figuring that out. Definitely took some time, but you know, throughout the year, I was able to slowly like make it shorter and shorter. That's so much so that by the end of the year, pretty much where I am now, like the last day of 2024, December 31st, I like, if I really want to, I can trim a game in probably like 10 to 15 minutes easy, or like not just trim, but basically make a video, render all of that. And like, if I really wanted to speed run it, I could do it in 5-10 minutes. I developed these strategies. But the nice thing about highlighting like the best game or best clips of the day is that like it's still fresh in your mind, as opposed to like going back and using old content. It may not be there right away, but like I found the best thing to do is basically edit as soon as the daily video, as soon as the stream ends, because it's fresh in your mind. You remember the highlights and everything. So that was how I was able to eventually like shorten things so much to where like, because when you start it, like content, it consumes so much of your time, but eventually you're able to get it to a point to where it's quick and easy, and it really doesn't take that much of your day, and it goes from like your main focus to, you don't have to allocate as much focus and work towards that, which yeah, it takes time, but you know, practice makes perfect, like they say. So yeah, I know I've been at the beginning of the year a while now, so I think there's a lot of stuff that happens at the beginning, and then like you get used to it throughout the years. That's why I'm focusing a lot at the beginning. But anyways, February, boom, we get Photoshop. We try that. I even tried Premiere Pro, but I ended up switching back to DaVinci Resolve because that was like my go-to editor. But yeah, Photoshop. Then I started making my own daily thumbnails, which again took a lot of time at first. It took like half an hour, sometimes hour and a half for thumbnails. So I was back to spending like 3 hours a day on video and thumbnail, but eventually we were able to cut it down. And I even learned Photoshop on stream the first time I did it. It was a fun little video, but yeah. So then anyways, I want to say like January, February, March were all like pretty good months in terms of like pacing. Like basically it's like my life was in a decent spot. I feel like I could focus all my attention, all of that into content. And as a result, like you could see I never really cared about numbers. Again, like I really want to stress this. My goal was never high numbers. My goal was consistency. And like, because basically I've streamed before. If you go way back in the archives of my channel, or like my VOD channel, I streamed way back in 2020, and the longest I streamed consistently was for like a month. But it was like a very on and off thing, maybe a few days here and there, and like maybe 1 month out of the year was like actually consistent. So I wanted to like prove to myself, you know, not just that I could do content consistently, but like if I could do this consistently every day for a year, then like maybe I can do anything every day for a year, you know. So that's why I talk about that. That's why it's really important. Where was I? I don't know, but yeah, making content every day. It was really important that I did that. And yeah, oh yeah, so I was talking about like basically the pacing of how the year went. So January to March, the first like quarter of the year or so was good. I actually tried like basically like growing my channel, getting more subs on YouTube, and I think it was going very well. But unfortunately, basically, I don't want to like bring it too much of a negative light on this video, and I don't want to spend too much time and attention on this kind of part of the timeline, but I did have basically some real life stuff going on in March, April-ish. Basically, you can actually tell in my video. Another thing I want to touch on, not just as the channel in 2024, but like you can see that like throughout the year, I would definitely like was kind of, I changed a lot as a person, right? Like, I would say that there are experiences that happened to me, some good things, some bad things, you know, bad things happened, good things happened. I met my girlfriend. She was a really bright light in my life. And you can kind of see, it's interesting to see actually like throughout the streams is you can kind of see how I change as a person, not really as a bad way, but just like, I don't know. I would say like the beginning of the year, I was definitely someone who was more like kind of just cheerful and naive and just like, you know, I was kind of that kind of content creator who kind of just wanted to make everyone happy and do what everyone wanted, say what everyone wanted to hear, show what everyone wanted to see. And then like throughout the year, I kind of, you know, stuff happens to you in real life, and then you kind of, I feel like that's just part of growing up, you know, it's just inevitable. You're going to change as a person, things are going to happen to you, and you're just going to rethink like your ideals, your philosophies, and you can see that that is kind of reflected on stream. And yeah, I had quite a few things happen to me, and I kind of changed as a person. And honestly, I'm pretty proud of it. Unfortunately, I don't know if the stream side, at least like my early on viewers, really liked that, because basically I became like a lot more serious person. There are things that happened to me in life that were kind of hard to ignore, and kind of like, you know, when bad stuff happens to you, it's really hard to just like act like nothing happened, you know? But then on top of that, sometimes that stuff can change you as a person, and that kind of happened to me like around like, I don't know, slightly before like less than half of the year into the year. And yeah, that kind of had an effect on me. But you know, it's all good, because I promised to myself that I was still going to do this thing every day. So I still kept on doing it every day, still kept on grinding. And I'm really happy that like, despite some of the really bad stuff that happened, I was still able to stick to it no matter what, you know. I really wanted to prove that to myself, that even if you have a bad day or stuff is going on, you know, you could always make time for your goal, for your commitments, right? So that's what I did. And yeah, it's like over time things get better, and over time yeah, I don't know, good stuff happens. So yeah, it was a good year. All in all, I really enjoyed it. I would say this year I definitely changed the most as a person as opposed to any other year before. I would say like a big part of it was kind of becoming my own person, kind of my own independent person. And like I said, a lot of that was reflected on stream. For the people who still stuck with me throughout the whole journey, despite some of the chaos or the change of me as a person, I really appreciate you guys. And you know, at the end of the day, I hope this channel is kind of like a message. You know, I see this channel as kind of like a message in a bottle kind of thing. You know, like my channel is like the message in a bottle, like drifting throughout the sea, like you know, like imagine like you guys are like an island, and like my channel is like a little message in a bottle, and it's just like drifting along the sea. And you know, some people may pick up the bottle, open it, like see what's inside, and you know, examine it, view it, and maybe find something cool, find something interesting, find something they can learn about, or find something that can make you feel better, make you laugh, that kind of thing. And you know, for the people who were part of that journey, who did come, and you know, whether you dropped a like, a comment, or just a view, that kind of thing, I just wanted to take a moment to say I really appreciate all of you guys. And yeah, I hope I was able to bring something to the table for you guys. And thanks for being a part of my journey. It was really fun, and I learned so much about myself. I learned so much about so many things, about myself, about games, about like what it means to work on something every day, consistency, people, juggling like a bunch of things at once. Yeah, it was a really great experience. And it's like the way I wanted to view this year was like, I really wanted to do this thing too, so it's like I can look back for the rest of my life on 2024 and remember and be happy that like I see 2024 as like, I can look back when I'm 80 years old and remember this thing that I built, that I did every day, this goal that I set, that I achieved no matter what. And like I said, that's why I'm so happy I did it, because now it feels like very satisfying that it's like the rest of my life, regardless of like what the end outcome is, like numbers aside, like success aside, it's like I did this thing, I was able to be consistent and do it every single day, and now like I can die at 80 years old knowing like, okay, I had this childhood dream, I had this thing that I always wanted to do, and despite the circumstances, despite like everything that was thrown at me, maybe the people who tried to like sabotage me or like tell me, like the haters, all of that, like all the negativity, everything that was thrown at me, like I was able to do it no matter what, and do it every single day. And to the people who, yeah, I'm sorry, I know I thanked you guys earlier, but to the people who came in chat, even if it was just like once or twice, and like some of the positive messages, I really appreciate all you guys. It actually means a lot. Like when I see a positive comment, even if it's just like nice video or just like, I don't know, it could be anything at all, you know, it makes me happy. So I appreciate anyone who's ever left a comment or said something on stream, or just like, also shout outs to my girlfriend. She was definitely someone that made the year a lot greater for me. And to be honest, it's like, I was in a spot where I feel like things were very stagnant, like basically before I met her, and she kind of picked me up and made me want to keep going. And then like basically I ended up playing all these other games, these things I always wanted to do with another person, like games I want to play, like It Takes Two, Stardew, etc. Like I wanted to play Minecraft Survival again. It's like she took time to like learn those things and spend that time with me, and I'm really grateful for that. And she helped to make the year really amazing and what it is. And yeah, she was there. She was always like cheering for me, and I'll never forget, she sent me this message. She was like one of the only people that supported me. I remember she like sent me this letter once, this message, and it was like basically just supporting me and like telling me like, I hope you reach your dream, like don't stop believing, don't give up. And yeah, I just I don't know, guys, all it takes is one positive person in your life, and it can have amazing outcomes. It can be an amazing source of motivation, fuel, confidence. And yeah, so yeah, thank you, I really appreciate it. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say, guys. It was a good year, highs, lows, but I think at the end of the day, we set the goal, we hit the goal, and I'm really glad. And now we can look back, be happy, satisfied, did everything that I wanted to do. And yeah, I don't know, that's pretty much all I have to say. I'll be honest, I thought I had like more to say, but there isn't really like a million things. That's pretty much it. I mean, I could go into other aspects, but to be honest, it's like I don't want to dive like too much into detail or like try to make the video negative, because this video is positive. And yeah, I actually set some notes for this video about things I want to talk about. So let me just double check this, because you know, I thought this was gonna be like a 30-minute video, but I pretty much said everything I want to say. And like, yeah, I'm just happy that I did this thing, you know. Let's see. Oh yeah, I mean, if I wanted to talk about a bit about the personal side of things, I could say like change. Like if I did describe 2024 in one word, it would be change. It's like, it's really basically pursuing something on your own that like many people advise you not to do comes with a lot of effects. I guess I could talk a little bit about that. Like a lot of it is change, whether that is people, circumstances, situation. I would say that like a big part of chasing a dream, like for me at least, and like pursuing what you want to pursue, is like kind of finding out who the real friends are. Like because the thing is, when you do something that is like that not many people do, or take a leap of faith or take a risk, is like there's going to be people who leave you when basically you aren't able to like provide value to them, right? But the real friends, the ones who care about you, will always stick you through that, or stick through with you through that, through thick and thin, no matter what. And I would say like I was able, like this year, I lost some friends, I made some friends, I met some people, I lost some people, yada yada yada. And yeah, I met some good people. Part of change and growing as a person, all that is about also like leaving toxic people behind. You know, I feel like in life, things are never constant, things are always changing, and sometimes you change and you look back at like people you once knew, friends, and then you decide that maybe they weren't always the best for your life, or maybe for your current life situation, circumstance, maybe they're not best fit. So sometimes you gotta leave people behind, is what it is. I don't know if I really talked about it, but manhood, that kind of thing, I would say like definitely like took a step into manhood, and I really wanted to explore what it meant to be like a man, and not to sound like too weird or anything like that, but basically it's like, I don't know, becoming my own person, becoming independent, growing out of this like little naive boy I was growing up, that kind of thing. And like I said, you can look at like my VODs at the beginning of the year and then like see how it changed, or like look at a VOD from like January, then like April, June, October, December, you could definitely see the change, even when the way I talk. Like me as a core, as a person, I'm still there, but like things, for example, like my tolerance for like BS, that kind of thing, has definitely gotten a lot lower. You know, having confidence, standing up for myself, those kinds of things, it's like that's definitely a lot of change that happened. I don't know, there's definitely good people in the world, and you know, sometimes like life is just about finding those good people, finding the good people in the world. Let's see, what else did I talk or not talk about? I talked about, yeah, always showing up every day, no matter what. I'm not gonna lie, guys, there was a lot of days where I did not feel like streaming at all. I did not want to go live. I didn't want to press the go live button. I didn't want to mess with any of that. It's like there are days where like I woke up and I was like, bro, I don't want to do this. But then the thing that kept me going is I always thought back about my goal, and because I've set goals before and I felt so disappointed like when I didn't stick to those things, when I didn't give up. And like the thing that kept me going, or like one of the big things, was definitely like not like knowing that feeling of giving up and just hating it so much. And I was like, bro, if I just stop now, like I'm gonna be so mad at myself, and I'm gonna look back for the rest of my life and remember that goal you set in 2024. You gave up, man. And I know I'd just be like, oh, I'd be so mad at myself. So I know that for myself, like out of my own self-respect, my own dignity, like I had to see it through no matter what. And not gonna lie, there are a lot of times I actually stayed in like basically one address throughout the entire year, but there are a lot of times where I honestly thought I was gonna be homeless, I was gonna move, and even throughout those circumstances, I was still like finding a way. Like even if I moved, I still think I would have kept the streak. I still don't think I would have missed a day. That's how committed I was. Like I was gonna do it no matter what. I was gonna stream on my phone if I didn't have a PC. I was gonna become like a Clash of Clans streamer or something, bro. I don't know, but yeah, it was like no matter what. Even when I was working at 3 a.m. morning shift, came home exhausted, still stream video. I don't care, bro. It's like I needed to do this for myself. I needed to prove to myself that I could stick to something for an entire year. And, you know, no weekends off, nothing, bro. I wanted to also prove to myself that it's like, if you really don't need off days. Like this is going to sound insane, but you can actually do something every day and have 0 off days. Like I wanted to prove to myself and like be able to show people like, listen, man, if you want something bad enough, if you set a goal and you want to be consistent bad enough, you can do it every day. Like I had all this stuff. I had trauma happening through me throughout the year. Like specifically like first quarter of the year, I had people dying in my family. I was losing friends. I was losing family. I had crazy stuff going down, and it did not matter. Like, at the end of the day, show up, go live, make a video. It doesn't matter. Do it. I just did it every day. You know, and especially towards the beginning of the year, there was also a lot of hate comments. Like, bro, especially when I was like doing like TikTok shorts, there were so many people, bro. It was like pitchforks in the comments, and I wasn't even like really uploading controversial stuff or anything. It was just like regular clips, like highlights, and people were telling me like, you're so trash, bro. And it's like, bro, it was definitely one of the harder things. But yeah, despite all the comments, like hate comments, well, it was hard, but not really. Actually, I changed my mind. It's like, despite everyone telling me how much they hated me or not to do it, it's like I still did it every day, bro. I don't care. But yeah. Oh, nice guy versus bad guy. I would say like that's something I see in my notes I want to talk about. Is like, I would say if I had to describe myself as a person like first half of the year versus second half, it was like I was definitely like good cop slash nice guy, and then like bad cop slash like mean guy in the second half of the year, but not really mean guy. I don't know. I still think I'm a nice person, but I think like it all comes down to just like, here's the thing, right? It's like, I view it as like you could put on a mask and try and make everyone happy, but then you sacrifice your own happiness, right? And there basically came a point in time where I was kind of done sacrificing that. And also throughout my whole life, I was always someone who just kind of like stood in the shadows and really stand up for myself, low confidence. And there came a point in time where I was like, you know what? I'm going to be my own person, dude. I don't care what anyone says. Like, I don't care like what opinions or things people try to push onto me. I'm going to be my own person. I'm going to stand my ground, stand up for myself no matter what. And that's kind of what I did. And you know, part of learning that, by the way, is like trying to find a balance. Is you find a balance of like kindness and also like being your own person and standing up for yourself. And were there times where maybe I was like a little too aggressive or like maybe a little bit harsh with my words? Maybe, but I think that's just part of growth. And like I said, finding the balance between like those kinds of things and boundaries. And yeah, what else? I mean, that's pretty much it. Is like, yeah, 2024 was incredible, guys. We completed the impossible dream. Yeah, I changed a lot as a person. I was finding out who I was being comfortable with. I kind of grew out of like faking things. I didn't really like having a persona. Tested the waters with like lots of different things. And yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I hope for the few people who did pass by my channel, they were able to laugh or learn something, or I don't know, enjoy some of the content I made. And yeah, I don't know, bro. That's it. The message in the bottle. Some people were able to pass by. Maybe they were able to witness some sort of greatness, something special, I hope. And yeah, that's it. That's it, guys. Yeah, like I said, no, this isn't a story about success, about crazy numbers, about getting rich or money. It's just a story of someone who always does something every single day, someone who did something for the 15-year-old version of himself, who did something for the dream he always believed in. A story of a man who had a dream, who stuck through it for the sake of himself and the version of himself, the kid version of himself that promised he would always do it someday, every day, no matter what. The story of someone who used to give up on something every single day, was never consistent in anything, and was finally able to pull through 100% consistency. And yeah, I was able to make some really great memories and have a wild ride along the way. And I don't know, I always wanted to know what it would be like being a streamer, you know, that kind of thing, doing it every day. Yeah, it was definitely hard at first, but I would say there comes a point where like you don't really think, you just do it. Like I mean, in terms of going live every day, like I never really asked myself like, am I not going to do content today? It was like every day I'm gonna do it. It wasn't a question. It was like it wasn't a matter of if, it was just a matter of when, right? And that's where we are, chat. Bam, bam, bam. And you know, the thing is, when you do these talks, like I always think about things I want to say beforehand, and I'm sure I forgot some things I wanted to say, but I think I touched around all the topics. So very last time, just to summarize, 2024 was pretty great. Had a lot of highs, had some lows, met some people, lost some people, learned a lot, grew a lot, became a man, that kind of thing. Met some cool people. I don't know, bro. It was a wild ride. It was a wild journey. Learned consistency, sticking through whatever, thick and thin. And yeah, that's it, guys. That's it. That's the video. That's everything. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you. Thank you for anyone who's ever clicked on a video, viewed anything, any sort of content across any of my socials, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube. For the people who have always supported me throughout whatever phase I was in, whatever I was going through, or whatever kind of change I made. Yeah, really appreciate you guys. And maybe it was interesting for you guys to see how I changed. I don't know. But yeah, I'm curious to see like where this will take me and where I will be years from now, and how much I might still change. And Yeah, I don't know, guys. Maybe we'll actually like hit Radiant or Challenger in League and like actually get freaking good at the game. But yeah, for now we'll just have to see. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed that little talk. And once again, huge thanks to everybody who came by during this fantastic journey. See you guys.